Hi, people. How is it going? I'm back with another vlog, and I just want to do a quick video on what's been happening in America. There's a very unfortunate situation in terms of a poor black woman that's currently being arrested by the Detroit police because her two kids froze to death in a parking lot in Detroit casino because the car ran out of gas and there was no heating. So the two children died of hypothermia, and the housing services refused to help them. And the poor mother is being blamed and being put in prison. I mean, like, they're trying to blame her. But all I want to say is to the city of Detroit, like, may God rain fire and brimstone on that disgusting city. And may the mayor and the police chief be held responsible for what's happened to that poor mother because it's just vile, it's just disgusting. The fact that she was homeless for 3 months, they ignored her. She was a black mother. And I am disgusted that this has taken place and there is no sympathy towards her, and including the father of the children who did not seem bothered at all. He was talking about how he was in the gym and he was in his girlfriend's house. It's just absolutely disgusting. Like, am I seriously like watching this? Like, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe I've said it. I've done videos about the misogyny, the mothers, anti-black mothers, the hateful, evil, demonic America that has always had something against black women, especially for the past 3 years, with their algorithm and with those Trump supporting ends. That's what they are, ends. Because if you voted for Trump as a black man, then you are nothing but an N, and that is what you are, a typical N, somebody that goes against what's supposed to benefit you. So these ends that support Trump, these ends that hate black women, these ends that compete with black women, these ends that hate the black woman that they came from, and also their mother of their children. It's just disgusting. Like, this is like terrible. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like the level of disrespect. And then people in the comment section saying she shouldn't have had those many kids. Like, honestly, I honestly hope, this will start something. And I think it will start something in America. And it is absolutely disgusting. I mean, they're not the only family that are homeless. There's loads of families in America living in their cars, sleeping in tents. Like, this is disgusting. The lack of humanity, the lack of compassion they have. And then when something like this happens, they just wash their hands clean as if oh, our police are so brave. Like, am I watching this? And there was this black woman with a disgusting wig on, a blonde wig on, just standing there, yeah, with this white man talking about this woman and trying to save their disgraceful city, from judgment. I'm sorry, but that city needs to be destroyed. Like, God needs to punish that city, just like how he almost punished Nineveh. There's no amount of fasting that will save America with what's happened with this poor woman. But yeah, no, it's just really, I've got sinus. I've always had sinus. But it's just really, really sad. But I'm gonna play you a footage of it. So let me just share my screen. But and the poor woman is like crying on national television, saving herself from more trauma and from going to jail. Like, that's how much like they hate black women, that they're still trying to find a reason to blame her for the deaths when they are responsible for those poor kids' death. Like, no other people but the people who ignored her, turned their face on her when she was in desperate need, including the father of those children, that disgusting man, this devilish N, the biggest N of all N's, because this is a classic example of an N. Okay, no excuse. Even other black men are disgusted. Normally, they like to defend other N's because they're N's, those in America. But even the ends in America are ashamed of this typical end. And he thought he would openly say on national television, you know, don't fall for her sob story. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's all he has to say. He lost his 2 kids, and he's still blaming his ex about how don't fall for her sob story. She should have told me what the reason was. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you are the worst human being in the world. Like, honestly, you are a disgrace to the male race. You are a disgrace to Adam. You are a flipping incarnation of the devil for him to stand there on national TV and the interviewer to not even cuss this man down or punch him in the face. But he had the audacity because of the conditioning of the hate towards black women that he honestly said, don't fall for her sob story. You just lost your you just lost your kids. You just lost your kids, mate. And you're talking about don't fall for her sob story. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So anyway, let's just watch it.
Tatiana Williams,
like,
and her children that recently passed away. So I just want to let everybody know what's about to go down.
No, I worship the ground and tears walk out.
The 29-year-old mother of the 2 kids that likely froze to death Monday in the parking structure of the Hollywood casino.
Man, I asked the wrong people for help. But that was the only thing I did wrong.
Tatiana, remembering how many times she reached out for a place to live, she asked the father of the 2 kids that died.
Every time
the housing people probably told her, why don't you ask the dad? Go ask the dad. That's probably what they said to her.
And they can't come where he living. He lived with a female, and the parents and them don't want kids there or something.
He chose a woman over his 2 flesh and blood. Let's just break that down. This N chose a woman over his own kids. Like, to be honest, I honestly think he's happy they're dead. Like, some of these N's are probably happy that the children are dead. Like, I would not put it past him that he actually feels relieved that they're dead and doesn't have to pay the minimum child support that he has to pay. I don't even know if she's even on child support, but clearly it's not enough for her to have a roof over her head. But I can honestly say the man, the sperm donor, is relieved that they're dead.
The city of Detroit for help.
I reached out in November. I reached out before that.
Like November, you know. Oh my God. Like, this is so shocking. Detroit mother. I understand, like, Detroit has been going through downward spiral since they stopped making cars.
The 29-year-old mother of the 2 kids that likely froze to death Monday in the parking structure
I
of the
don't
Hollywood
even
casino.
know what to say.
I asked the wrong people for help. But that was the only thing I did wrong.
Tatiana, remembering how many times she reached out for a place to live, she asked the father of the 2 kids that died.
He had an excuse every time. Either he's working, they can't come where he lives.
He's working.
He lived with a female, and the parents and them don't want kids there or something.
It's just an inconvenience for him. He's just so selfish. He cannot even, he doesn't help financially, and he doesn't want to help them when they're stranded. It's because they are inconvenient to him. Why should he help his own kids? Because in his eyes, he's helping her. He doesn't want to help her. He's washed his hands clean of those pure, innocent souls because he doesn't give a F. And I'm honestly thinking he's relieved they're dead. He's actually happy. Maybe that's what he wanted, them to die. Of course. There's no other. So why is she getting the blame when clearly the father wanted those kids dead? The father and the state of New York, Detroit, the housing department, the mayor. But here she is getting the blame, being put in court when she is a suffering mother, a suffering widowed mother who's also grieving her children. It's so sad, absolutely sad. And the state of America, how shameful. The only reason why she's not getting any support is because she's a black mother. Okay, because there is a spirit of the devil in that country for them to have such hatred
These fools.
towards black women, black mothers. I've said it many years ago that there was a sweeping anti-black female
I have one mistake.
movement going on, and we see it in the
kid's
incel
grandmother,
community.
49-year-old
We
Yvette
see it
Goodman,
in,
was also in the van that day. Did the van run out of gas?
oh my god, the interviewer needs to shut up. Like, they just find it comical. Like, this man, there's absolutely no sympathy whatsoever. These are poor people, and it's just entertainment to them. It's just disgusting. Honestly, it is absolutely vile.
Did you fall asleep?
Yes. And then when you woke me night, I fell asleep.
So clearly, a whole family generation were living there. They were poor. They had no money. They had nowhere to live. They were in the van.
I usually be woke.
And when you woke up, what happened?
My grandson wasn't moving.
The GoFundMe account has been set up to help the family.
That's one of the reasons we did set the GoFundMe up, so she will be able to have housing for herself and the children, her other remaining children.
We'll put a link to the GoFundMe account on our website,
This is not
fox2detroit.com.
funny. This is not a laughing matter. However, like, the way it's recorded, and it's just sad.
It's time to start your business.
I don't know what's going
Time
on.
to get
Like,
customers.
they have
Time
to
to
help
make your
vulnerable
future.
mothers.
It's Peekaboo and 9-year-old Nakia watches TV. Their belongings in bags on the floor. This is one of the many families in need of housing.
Everybody is saying that we're full.
Raquel Bledsoe is Dana's sister. She says she's been trying to find a safe place for them to go. Right now, they're with her, but she rents a flat in Detroit and they can't stay.
I've called multiple shelters. I've called in Sterling Heights. I've called in Warren. I've called in Detroit. I've called Wayne Metro.
Bledsoe says her sister is cognitively impaired and used to live with their grandmother, who passed away a couple of years ago. Dana had nowhere to go then either.
She was in the shelter for a year, and then it's just like after that, it was just like,
Oh.
that's it.
It's been a challenge to find housing for the mother and her daughters, children the same age as the little ones who froze to death in their minivan in the casino garage earlier this week. Their mother had asked the city for help with shelter, but didn't get it, highlighting the urgent need for housing and resources for families.
They'll say, oh, this place is available. They're not available. It's unfortunate that kids had to pass away for her to get some attention, to get some attention.
Fox 2 is in the process of reaching out to multiple shelters to see if we can find some long-term placement and care for this family. But here's how overwhelmed the system is. Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries shelter for women and children is full with 45 women and 80 children. The Samaritas shelter in Westland has a waiting list of 900 people. We also contacted the mayor's office and they are reaching out to resources as well. Earlier this week after the tragedy, Mayor Mike Duggan promised this.
I want to make sure that when people call, they get very clear options. Are we doing everything
I
to
don't
make
know
sure
what's
people
happening
in
in
this city
Detroit,
know
but
how to
this guy,
access this critical?
there is nothing genuine about him. He does not care. He does not care. Like, honestly, like, there is no care for these people. Something's happening. They're siphoning the funds.
It's help that can't come soon enough.
Are you surprised that they're
Detroit,
dying in
Amy
the
Lang,
cold?
Fox 2
Like, if
News.
there's that many people waiting, are they surprised? Like, come on now. But yeah, let's just have a look at the waste man.
Right now, we're going to turn
Deadbeat
to
dad.
our other big story of the night. A father
Poor thing.
Darnell.
had passed away.
What a
Aaron is
horrible
getting the
human being.
father's side of this story, hearing about the moment he
Please
learned
don't
two
call
of
him
his
a father.
children
He doesn't deserve the title. He does not deserve the title as a father. I'm sorry.
passed away.
Darnell
No
Curry
father
Sr.
lets it.
wiped
Oh, he's
away
crying
tears while
crocodile
talking with me about his
tears.
children, Darnell Jr. and Amelia, and the
That's so
distressing phone
beautiful.
call he says he took from their mother, Tatiana Williams, on Monday.
I went to the gym. As soon as I got on the treadmill, she called.
Oh
Saying,
my God, he's talking about being on the gym.
make it to the hospital right now. $8. was hoping it was a sick joke, but
Why would it be a joke? If she's desperate and telling you to go and get them, why would you think it's a joke?
According to Detroit
Idiot.
police, 9-year-old Darnell Jr. and 2-year-old Amelia died while sleeping in a vehicle at the Hollywood Casino at Greektown parking garage. Investigators say the cause appears to be
Oh my God, look at the
hypothermia,
snow.
a tragedy stemming from homelessness.
I tried. I asked for help. I asked everybody in people out of state, but I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me. You know, people just didn't like too many kids at their house.
I spoke with the children's mother Tuesday evening. She told me she's been living in her vehicle for 3 months, along with her 4 kids, her mother, and 2 teenage siblings. She says she reached out to Curry, who's the father of 3 of her children.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids from us? I need help. You know I'm homeless. I done kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to?
no, she did not.
What
All
a
she
liar.
said, can I get them? Can I get them? Just to get them, and can I get them? Because you're homeless. There's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
See, that's what I saw about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me.
Such a liar, denying it.
So all them other sob stories,
Oh
you
my
cut all
God.
that. No, she did not.
You're dead.
Curry, who lives in Novi, says Williams never specified why she wanted to drop their kids off to him.
She just asked, can I get them for a couple of days? But I told her, working and all that, and I'm out here. We're not close to each other, so I couldn't. But she knows all my family is right around the corner from her.
Oh, there's no excuse. Their family don't talk to her because you told them bad things about her. That's why they don't care. This man is just so dense, honestly. Let's not even go there. Now he's saying, why didn't you contact his family? Oh my God, if you are not contacting the mother, if you're not rescuing your kids, why the hell would his family care? He's an idiot. Like, there's just no accountability whatsoever. Like, this is just beyond tragic.
And she knows she could, like we always used to do.
He says the last time he held his children was a month or 2 ago, and that they typically FaceTime, moments he will miss. And there's a police investigation into this.
Why don't they investigate him
Like to see
for neglect? Why can't they investigate him? Why is the woman being investigated? It's absolutely tragic. Do you know what? Like, oh, can't stand Detroit. This is just such a sad news. And yeah, just really, really tragic. Yeah, I just think it's so sad. Yeah, really, really tragic, actually. But I really hope, yeah, God punishes that city, Detroit, for what's happening, because there's clearly a problem. There's clearly a problem. And yeah, so tragic to watch.